Indian insurance sector perhaps is going through one of its toughest phases post the liberalization process begin. But even in these challenging times, Life Insurance Corporation of India, India's largest insurer, has got its hands full. What is LIC's strategy to tide over these challenging times, and what is LIC has up its sleeves? To discuss all that and much more in detail, we have with us none other than the Chairman of Life Insurance Corporation of India himself, Mr. D.K. Mehrotra. Sir, as always, thanks for sparing this time for NDTV.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations doing the first interview post you took the command of LIC.
Thank you very much.
So to begin with, now we have completed first quarter in FY13. Where do you look at as things stand as of now? Because FY13 in that sense is perhaps going to one of the toughest years of lately, even for an established player like LIC.
See, if you try to compare our performance of this year with last year, I'll say we are doing better than last year. As you know, the last year the entire industry has witnessed a slowdown for various reasons. I would not like to go into detail, but we did witness a slowdown, and LIC was not an exception. We also had a slowdown in our own performance. But as I said, there were various reasons which contributed to that. But we have used that as a learning point for us. And this year, I can tell you the first quarter, we have been moving ahead. I won't say that we are doing very well, but we are very hopeful, and as compared to last year, we have done better.
So if I could just ask you to put things in right perspective, last year the target originally set was to cross the 2 lakh crore premium mark. Now, what was the final figure, and how do you look at this fiscal now?
See, the total premium we have reached. We only had a slowdown in new business. New business because of various constraints, the market behavior, the lack of products, did affect our new business performance. So this year actually, we got 2 products cleared by IRDA last year, almost at the end of the last year. One was Jeevan Vridhi, which was a close-ended product, which we started and which got closed in the month of June. So that has given us support this year. Another product which is still running is Vaibhav. And that is another close-ended product which is also giving a support to us. So I said that we are doing better than last year. And as we look forward, I think definitely 12-13 would be much better than 11-12. And we have prepared ourselves.
Any internal targets that you have set?
Yeah, we have fixed up a target. We have said that this year we are going to do about 45,000 crore first premium income and about little over 4 crore new policies. So I think we are very hopeful that we will be able to do that.
Which would be relatively a growth of still in the double digits vis-a-vis the last year?
Yeah, definitely. See, last year the performance was not that good. If I compare to this budget with last year's performance, it will be a huge growth, almost in triple figures. But I'm not going to look into that, because last year we believe was a little bad for the entire industry. So we are trying to evaluate ourselves with the year prior to that, which was still much better. And considering the potential we are looking forward in this year, I think we are hopeful to achieve that bigger.
Mr. Mehrotra, another important aspect, at the end of the day, it's the premium collections which decides how much you could park the funds in debt, equity, in various investment options. Last year you had pumped in close to around 45,000 crores into the equity. Looking at the current trend and with just the first quarter getting over, how are you looking at your investments this fiscal?
See, actually we don't go by the numbers. We go by our simple thumb rule that whatever we are going to invest, total investable fund for the year, about 10 to 15% goes into the equity market. That leaving aside whatever we get through the ULIP, because the ULIP, it is the customer who gives the mandate. But otherwise also this year we are planning that even if I maintain the same thumb rule of 10 to 15%, and we plan to go almost about, say, more than 2 lakh crore would be invested in the market. So I think we'll be very close to the figure which we have reached last year.
So the equity market investment even this fiscal will remain in that 45,000 crore
Yes,
mark?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And so in that sense, if I look, say 2010 in that sense was one of the best years for you when it comes to value buying. You pumped in close to 60,000 crores. Last year it came down. Even this year you are saying it would be in the same range. Is this also because of the 10% cap limit that you have got when you have to invest in certain individual stocks as per the IRDA guidelines? Is that a hindrance, and you say you have much more headroom to invest then?
No, see, that may be one of the reasons, but that's not the main reason. The main reason last year was that we didn't have many ULIP products. That which gives us a lot of leeway to invest in capital market. Second, the market was very choppy and volatile last year. Today also we find that the market is almost range bound. So if we don't find that in the short term there will be any sort of upside in the market. So we, on a very conservative basis, we believe that we'll get enough opportunity to pump in, say, the same figure as we did last year. But this year, we are planning to come out with some ULIP products as well to hit the market. We are working on that. They are on the drawing board today, and hopefully once it gets cleared by IRDA, we'll launch that product. That also will support us to reach our figure which we are planning today.
Okay, and also the headroom increases, assuming that if the IRDA lifts the 10% cap, then also the headroom for you increases having a ULIP product and pumping the money into
naturally, naturally. Then I'll get, because wherever we have reached the 10% limit because of historical reasons, and they are the blue chips, I'll say today. So definitely if we are getting some dispensation where we are allowed to go beyond 10%, will give us enough opportunity, additional opportunity, I'll say, to go into the market, into these scripts.
And if I could ask you, you have been in discussion with IRDA for a long time now. What has been the feedback coming in from IRDA, and what is that you have presented to them? Can we soon see the deadlock getting broken?
See, we have been going to them and expressing our issues, and I can say they have been very receptive to our request. And recently I read in one of the newspaper that, yeah, they are again having a relook at this cap system, business. And I'm hopeful that definitely in the near future we'll get some instructions and dispensation where we may be able to go beyond 10%.
Because if that happens, you'll be the biggest beneficiary.
Yeah, definitely. I'll say about myself that I'll be a good beneficiary.
India's #1 news app just got even better. Download NDTV's new app. Fully optimized for retina display. Full screen view. Faster response time. And Sudoku. NDTV's new iPad app. Download now.